Hello, Pat Skeets here from meandmycricket.com. Today I'm going to share some portraits, summer pictures taken in the backyard. It was a family birthday party, so while everyone was there, I had families grouped together and we were taking pictures in the outdoors. Some pretty scenes. So there are design space links for all of these pages. If you happen to like the layouts, you can copy them very easily by going to my website. There's a link posted below, and you can also, if you go to Everyday Life Scrapbook 49, you'll find these pages there and better descriptions of them. Like I'll tell you what cartridge this comes from and the pads that these papers come from, the punches I've used, whatever. So there's better descriptions of the pages there. So, all right, let's begin. So this is one of the family groups that was at the party. So they posed out in the backyard here. And I think they'll be happy when they see this. It's kind of pretty. First of all, I love this pad of paper. I just love these flowers. So I did the striped background, and then I picked the bold print for a wide border across here and a gingham to make a stripe in the middle. I did the same thing up here. I put a gingham stripe in the middle of that border, and then these are Creative Memories borders that I used here and here. There aren't two the same in the package I had, so put a red one and a green one. No problem, looks good. Now this is from the Joy to the World, I think. It's a Christmas, but it looks very tropical to me. I thought it was kind of perfect. It goes with these flowers and that, so I'm using it for a summer garden page. Now, I found these beautiful images of frames in Design Space. I absolutely love all these floral frames. There's corners and borders and all kinds of shapes, geometric shapes of frames. Like this one has double rectangle. This one is a diamond. Just really pretty on a square. I just love them. So I'm using a lot of them lately. And then I put pearls, red pearls on all the, I decorated, but I put it on all the little berries here. There's little points there. I decorated all with the red pearls. And I lifted this border, I trimmed it, and put some here and some here. And I also cut some of this dark bold print to fill in this corner here, and I lifted them. I thought that looked really cute. It shows nicely when it's lifted. So it can be a chore putting these big, or these images are more cut for vinyl. So I just have learned to just put a Tupperware dish out, and when I cut it from my Cricut, when I'm taking them off the mat, I put all the little pieces in here. Otherwise, I invariably lose something. And the other thing I do is I'll keep the piece of paper that I used to cut it and put it down as a template, and then put the little pieces in place using the template. That helps me too. But if they're too complicated now, I try not to use them. I wish the new designers would do a lot more for paper and not everything for vinyl. Some of the designs, you could tell it would be so easy for them to do it for paper. Anyway, I just love this summer page. I hope you do too. Very pretty. So here's another family. This is my son and his kids and my daughter-in-law. So they were posing, having fun really, goofing off. So I picked this paper, and I did this is a page recipe from Creative Memories, or I don't think it's Creative Memories one. It's like a quilt. Yeah, it's a template for a page. So I used 1, 2, 3 different prints of paper in that, and I repeated them over here. Yeah, so that was fun to do. I don't use those very often, but I'm starting to get some more. Creative Memories has them. They call them recipes, page recipes or something. And then so I pulled from this paper a Bird of Paradise, and it was summer, and they're in front of these fronds, so I did the Bird of Paradise theme on my page. I got it from my paper. So then I just embellished with Creative Memories. I had I guess this is for journaling, but I used it for a background here and added a flower, leaf, some more flowers, added a border here, some border here and there, right and left, just to jazz up this. And on this side, I did more Bird of Paradise. I used a mini print paper to make these Bird of Paradise flowers so that it really gives it more texture and life if you use a bit of a print. So I like the effect. I did ink around the edges. That gives it more texture too. But so on this page, I just did a block of paper here and here, and then added just a leaf here and there on the end of the photo. Added a border piece here and some gems. I don't know why these gems are here. It doesn't look like the right place for them. But they're pretty stuck, so I'm going to leave them. On this photo, I just did a large mat with this, repeating this paper from this side. So this is the paper I used to cut the leaves out of too. So I've repeated it on both sides as well. Another pretty page for summer. Now this one, I decided I had this, I saw this new pad or set of images in Design Space, and it was cactus. So I decided I was going to do a cactus page, and I had some paper with potted plants, and so I did cactus in pots. Anyway, I just had fun with it, went with that. I also had some stickers of cactus, so I did a hanging basket of cactus up here too. These are kind of cute. So I put blocks of this cactus paper all over, repeating them on both sides. It's just a patchwork of different prints, and then I placed my photos in the middle. Did a circle one here just to repeat the black from up here. It's just fun, and they're all cactus images. Having fun. A good Southwest page. This is another one where I'm using those beautiful floral frames I was talking about. I just love them. So this is a striped paper on the background, and then this was a border on a piece of paper. So I fussy cut it out and used it. I did it twice, repeated it on both sides. Because they were under the trees in this photo, I put it like the tree branches were coming down around them. And then I did a scalloped border in a coordinate along the bottom. I then did a frame for this and tilted it a wee bit on the page. And I tilted that one the opposite way in the same frame. I then used my circle punch. This is a Martha Stewart circle punch to punch out a circle. I cut it in half, or I cut a piece off for here and used part of it under here, so that balances that. Then this photo I cut into a circle so it would fit in this beautiful frame. Look at these frames. They're absolutely beautiful. So I did glue these gently down. Oh, I actually don't think I did at all. But underneath here, I lifted them on foam lifters so it sticks up. So it makes it more 3D. And I used a marker, a fine tip marker, to make tiny little dots in the near the not the centers, but the edges of all these petals. So it just gives it a lot more detail, and it shows up to the naked eye, but not on camera, I'm sure. I did other dots here with a wider pen nib there. So, oh, what I found, I love these frames. I'm using them all over now. Look at how cute that is, and it just sits on top. But you just attach one end. Added some gems or enamel dots for the little berries. And then I did this summer title up here. I thought that was really cute. And so there's my other very tropical summery page. I love it. And here's another one. So this is another couple and another family that was there. I used Kiwi Lane on this page, and I did outside edge borders, 3 layers each, coming in, repeating the same papers. Picked a coordinate for the background, and then I used this paper for this frame and the second layer for this frame on here. I then found some botanical leaves because they are under the trees as well. This folded up. That's not good. There we go. So I found botanicals and tropical leaves because they're surrounded by ferns here. And so this is a fern image from botanicals. I used it as a corner and just created another corner over here and some big fronds all over. Added 2 borders because this was a blank space. Didn't like the gap. And that's this page done. Oh, my title is Family. I like these pages. I'm enjoying them. And that get-together was all because of these 2 kids' birthday party. Their birthdays are very close together. So this is the birthday celebration, and it's a pool party because there's a pool out there. So this cake is, I just put a cake here because that was the cake. They're blowing out the candles on the cake, and I put pennant banners hanging all over the top to make it look festive, and balloons, party balloons here to make it, it's just birthday images. This is birthday border paper with hats and gifts. And then I added a border here. Did a block to mount these on because I wanted to repeat this paper on both sides of the page. And then I just pulled all those colors for the banners at the top. So that's the kid's birthday page. And then I found this old picture of myself from, some of you might remember, in Canada, glamour shots became a thing in the 90s. And I did go and have pictures done at glamour shots. And I found this one. I didn't know I had it even in an envelope all by itself. So it's embarrassing. It's from the 90s and everything's all glitzy. But anyway, it is a part of my history. So this top is black, silver, and pink, and it's got sequins all over it and stuff. So I just did some patches of different papers that I found this one to go with the jacket. So I just used different colors from this and blocks of paper underneath to create a background. Just did a very simple mat because it's an 8 by 10 photo. It doesn't leave you much room on the page to decorate them. So I found this title Glamour because it is glamour shots. And then I didn't even use the Cricut on this page. This is from Creative Memories. I cut it, I trimmed it. It was a long, full border for the length of the page, and I angled it a bit to go along there. And then this is from Creative Memories too. It's a little frame that I made a little cluster here with the title and added great big gem flower here because my earrings. And then I just added a lot of diamond gems on this. And that one's loose. I have to glue that. So then I added a flourish of diamonds, gems over here in a flourish. So I just added another couple of gems here. I did overkill on the gems because it was the 90s after all. And I added a couple more to the title. So that's the end of these family portraits. Every once in a while I pull out a page of my pictures, my own photos of when I was younger, and I consider them to be heritage. So anyway, these pages you can find in Everyday Life Scrapbook number 49. So I hope you'll go there and you'll find lots of ideas, but you will also find Design Space links, so you can copy all of these pages. Anyway, thank you for watching and happy scrapping.